Okay guys, today we are continuing the Declutter series of my makeup collection. The previous Declutter series, I've done foundation and powders and primers, as well as eyeshadow palettes. Today we're going to focus on highlighters and bronzers. I try to keep everything in this drawer. I'm going to be very strict. I am only going to keep what I feel like I can get through or use or need in my collection. Everything else will be donated, given away. So let's get started. So I just dumped out all of my highlighters, bronzers, cream highlighters, anything like that. We'll have a separate declutter video for my drugstore bins, clearing out my makeup collection because I need to actually not be overwhelmed and use what I have, and a lot of these products can go to a better home that will get use out of. I have these two Kevyn Aucoin ones. This one is in Ibiza Iridescent Glow, and then this one is in Sahara. And I don't really reach for these that often. I do really love this one, which is the Sahara one. So I think I'm going to keep that one around for a little bit longer, but I really don't reach for Ibiza at all. So I'm going to let this one go. Next up, I have two Stila palettes, and these are the Kitten highlight, and then this one is in bronze. So these are their putty highlights. I think that's what people on YouTube are calling them. They're really interesting. I do like them. They're really soft, really pretty. To be completely honest, I haven't reached for these in a while though, because I just don't. They're kind of bulky packaging, and I'm just gonna have to let these go. Here are some really beautiful highlights from Ofra. These are some of my favorite highlights, and I do have a discount code for all Ofra purchases on their website. It's just my name, Serein 30 for 30% off. Now I love these, but I don't think I need to use all of them. I'm not quite sure I would even use all of them. So I'm gonna try and narrow down to keep only maybe two. Is the Nikki Tutorials Everglow collaboration. This one's really beautiful and one of my favorites. I also just really like Nikki. I've met her and she's a sweetheart. So I love these for eyeshadows, and I love this one for my cheek. This one's pretty on the inner corner, so I am going to keep this around just mainly because I love Nikki, and this is a really beautiful highlight trio. This one was from a while ago. This is the Beverly Hills highlight, and I think I'm going to let this one go just because it's been around for I think almost a year, and I haven't used it a lot since it came out last summer, I think. This one's in Bali, and it's just a really peachy highlight. Now, these are really soft, really gorgeous. This reminds me a lot of almost Champagne Pop. Really smooth, really beautiful, but I don't really wear this shade as often, and I'm gonna let this go as well. Now, because I am keeping Nikki's, I feel like I can let go of this one, which is very similar to this shade. Not quite exactly the same, but similar enough. And this is in Blissful. This was their holiday collection, and I'm sure they're gonna come out with another holiday one, which I'll love. And this one is also very similar between the two shades here. So I think I'm gonna do a really good job and let go of this one too, Rodeo Drive, which was one of my favorites, and I'm just going to keep the Nikki Tutorials one because I think that one I can get a lot of variety by mixing with these. Here is my Laura Mercier Baked Highlight in 01. I learned about this from Kathleen over from Kathleen Lights. She loves this, and so do I. It is amazing. It's the most subtle, natural highlight ever, and Kathleen knows her products. This is just stunning. I love it. And this is good for 18 months. So I'm actually going to toss this because it's gone bad, because I have a new one. So I'm going to open up the new one and not feel bad about getting rid of this one because it's a little old. So here are the Becca Light Chaser blush toppers, highlights, eyelid toppers. These are really beautiful. I reviewed them. I really like them. I just don't use them that often. They're so pretty though, guys. Like, oh, they're so pretty. But I feel like I'm just keeping them around because I like them and the way they look, but I don't actually use them in my everyday makeup. I might just keep maybe this peachy one that I really like. This is a hard one. This is really hard. I don't know. Because I'm being very strict, I'm going to get rid of these 4 shades, and I'm just going to keep these 2 shades. And if I don't use these in the next few months, I will get rid of them as well. So I have some highlight palettes from Zoeva. This is a gorgeous highlight palette, but I am going to get rid of this. And then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, which I bought and I thought I was gonna love, and I have used it. I just don't feel like I'm getting enough out of it. Like, I'm not using it enough. So I think I'm gonna gonna have to let this go as well. They're just not getting used, so someone else will love it. And I'm actually thinking about listing some of the stuff on Poshmark and donating the funds to charity. You guys know that I invite my friends over and I kind of let them pick through things that I've swatched but no longer use, or extra products that I have, and for a donation. And I'm thinking I should maybe do that in a broader way so that some of the audience that is watching can maybe also do some good and get some of these products. But I don't know, because I feel weird about, you know, listing products that I've touched for you guys that might not know me, because friends and family, or friends of friends at least, know me. And yeah, so I don't know what my thoughts are on that. Here are the Laura Geller highlights. I remember when Gilded Honey was like impossible to get a hold of, and I literally freaked out to try and get it. Part of me doesn't want to let this go because of that, but it's only good for 18 months. And this one is in Ballerina, and this one's also really pretty. I think I bought Ballerina because I couldn't get my hands on Gilded Honey. Yeah, these are just so pretty, guys, but I think they're getting old, so I'm gonna let them go. Next up is this Laura Geller Baked Highlight. This is in, I think, just highlighter French vanilla. Not a big fan of this, so I'm gonna let this go. Here is my ColourPop highlight in Lunch Money, and this is so gorgeous. I think I'm gonna keep this around a little bit longer. I have two of the Pixie and Aspen Novard collections. I love these highlights. I'm just going to keep this one though. I think this is in Santorini. This one's a little bit too white for me, so this is in London Luster, so I'm going to let this one go. Next up, Makeup Forever. These are some really gorgeous highlights as well. Unfortunately, I just don't think I use them that much, and I like the newer formula that they just came out with, where you can kind of create your own cheek palette. So I think I'm going to let these go because I like the newer ones better. Here's a Tom Ford highlighter that I barely even used. This is from Mood Light, and I think I'm going to keep it just because I haven't used it enough. I feel so wasteful. This was so expensive, and I just don't think it's that good. You know what? I'm letting it go. No point in keeping it around just because I think that I spent a lot of money on this. Here are all of my Jouer highlights, and these are so beautiful, guys. Some of the creamiest, most buttery highlights ever, and I'm not just saying that because I've loved their brand forever, but they really truly have impressed me and consistently done a better job every time they come out with new products. If you guys ever want to shop on Jouer's website, I do have an affiliate discount code. You guys get 15% off all purchases on jouer.com. It's just Serein15, so my first name and 15. But this is my favorite one all time. This is Citrine. You can see I put a cotton pad because I'm just so deathly afraid that these are so delicate and soft that they might break when I travel with it. So that's what I do. I stick something in there to kind of prevent it. So Citrine is going nowhere, nowhere. This one is also really pretty, and I feel like I want to keep it. This is in Topaz, so this is my second favorite. And then here are the two that are a little bit too dark for me. Not bad, just not something I typically reach for because I just personally like things a little bit more highlighty. This is a little bit more like a bronze, and this is in the shade Tan Lines. So it's beautiful if you have darker skin tones, I feel like. You can also wear it on your eyes if you're a little bit more fair, but I do have a lot of eyeshadows, so I am going to try and let this one go just because I don't have to have it. There's this one in Skinny Dip. Now I love Skinny Dip as a lip topper. This isn't my favorite highlight that they've come out with, mainly because it's a little bit more of like a golden highlight, and it's pretty. It's really, really pretty. I just love my Citrine and Topaz. So this one I think I'm gonna let go as well. This one is in Rose Quartz. This is really pretty, especially if you're super fair and you have cooler undertones. I think this is gorgeous. This for me is more of like an inner eye highlight, and I don't need to keep a whole palette for that. So I'm gonna pass this on as well. Here are my Becca highlighters. This is like my little Becca collection. Now first off, Moonstone and Opal are not going anywhere. So these two are staying. Now here's where I have kind of a dilemma. I think this is beautiful. I think this is Bronzed Amber and it's so gorgeous, but I don't wear this as a highlight. It's just not the right shade for me, and I need to be good and let that go. This is Rose Gold. Again, really, really beautiful, but not a highlight shade for me. It's just a little too reddish, so I'm gonna have to let that one go. This is Champagne Pop, and part of me is just like, oh, Oh, it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Oh God, guys, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Maybe I should let it go. I don't know. What do I do? I'm gonna, oh, but see, Santorini is really similar. Huh. I'm gonna keep Santorini and let the Becca one go because of the fact that I have 2 other Becca ones. Okay, now let's talk cream products. This is a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is in the shade Opal. Honestly, I don't use these. I just don't, so I'm gonna let this go. This is the Milk Makeup Mars Highlight Stick. I really do like this. I'm gonna keep this. This is one of my favorite contour trios or face trios. It's so good, but it's so old and I don't know what to do. It's over a year old and this says it expires at a year. I can't let go of it. It's my favorite. Please come out with it again. Hourglass, please. Opal poured. Honestly, guys, I don't use this and I think I should just let it go. I don't know, but now I'm touching it. I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that. But I do have the RMS Living Luminizer and I have, oh, this is so pretty. I'm keeping this. I have a Ciate London Dewy Stick. I really didn't get along with this. I felt really like greasy with it. It's more of like a photography tool. Like it looks really good in photos, but I hate the way it feels on my skin. So I'm gonna have to let this go. Glossier goodies. This is in Rose Quartz, which is my favorite. And then I have Moonstone, so I'm keeping both. I have the Sisley Paris one. This one is really pretty. All of these came broken though, so they're really easy to break. So this is in shade Glow. I really love this. It's a very subtle cream stick. I'm going to keep this around for a little bit longer. I have 2 of the Onami Illuminating Eye Treatments, so it's really a highlight. I remember I don't like one of the shades. It doesn't matter which one I didn't like. I actually like both of these. I forgot that I ended up liking both of these, but these are past 6 months and they're going to have to go. It's a bummer because I really like these. Oh, see what I mean though? I have so much makeup, I'm not getting through them before they expire or before they go bad. So I really have to just downsize and focus on things I can use up. And then, you know, it's got to be like, if I'm going to keep a new product that I like after testing it out, I have to get rid of something else because I don't wear enough makeup on a daily basis to justify keeping everything. Okay, so here are all of my bronzers currently, and let's go through them. First 2 are from Jouer, and I am going to get rid of these, not for any reason other than the fact that I know that they are coming out with new ones soon, hopefully. And I don't know if I was supposed to let you guys know that. So I'm going to get rid of these just because I know that they're going to come out with different packaging. Here is the Estee Edit bronzer. This is also a really great bronzer. I used it all last summer, but I think it's time to let it go because I just haven't used it in a while, and it's the Barris Bronze in light medium. It's a really good soft blush bronzer though. I kind of feel like they just disappeared a little bit. I really love Physicians Formula bronzers. I know this is technically drugstore, but it's one of those like bronzers that I think perform better than drugstore and that are just, I like to rotate into my everyday makeup. So I'm going to keep this one around for a little bit longer. Mineral Fusion is a new cleaner brand that has some of their products rated by the EWG, and I want to keep this around because I don't have a lot of toxic free clean bronzers in my collection. This is also a little bit more affordable because you can find it at your local health food store. Same with Physicians Formula, so I do really like them, and that's why I like to keep them in my everyday makeup drawers as well. Clearly this is a little excessive for everyday makeup drawers, but you know, things I reach for because I truly, genuinely love them all the time. Now I have all 4 of the Hourglass Ambient bronzers. These are not going anywhere. These are beautiful. They're perfect for the person who hates bronzers or can't place bronzers or have trouble blending in bronzers. These are my absolute favorites and they're not going anywhere. This one might be able to, but I'm not touching it. And maybe this one. These are my favorite, I think. Another great bronzer for those who have trouble blending is this Laura Mercier one, and this is pretty new to me, so I'm keeping it around. And this is in the shade 02 Bronze. It's good for 18 months, and it's about 12 months old, so I've got 6 more months to try and get some of this used up, and then I will definitely pass it on once it's, or not pass it on, but I'll toss it once it's old. Here is the little Kojen Do contour trio. This was really cute. I did like it, but the packaging isn't very practical. One, I can't open it. Two, I can't really fit my brush in this. Like, I always get my brush into both, so I'm gonna let this go just for like design flaw. Here is NARS Laguna, which I feel like everybody should have in their collection. Let me see how old this is. This is good for 2 years, and I think I've had it for like 1, so I'm gonna keep this around. Maybe I can actually hit pan. Praying I can hit pan on this before it goes bad. The Mally Evercolor Poreless Face Defender Booster. I'm gonna let this go because I don't really use it that often. It's not bad. It's just not something I reach for. I have these beautiful bronzers from Becca, which I never even get to because they just get hidden behind all of the clutter. So these are some of my favorites, and I barely even use them after I tested them out the first time. I think I'm gonna keep a couple of these shades. I feel like this one might be a little too dark, so I think I'll keep this one, maybe this one for winter, so I'll keep these two. Oh, and this is in the shade Capri Coast, and then this is in the shade Bronzed Bondi. And finally, I have these two products that have never been opened. I love this, and I forgot about it, and it's good for 2 years from opening. So I'm going to try and break this baby out. This is the Body Shop Honey Bronzer. I heard about this from Estee years ago and have loved it. I am in the shade number 3, so I'm going to keep that. This is the Bourjois bronze and highlight, and I got this from London. I've never used it, so I'm gonna actually pass this on to a friend that might get some use out of it since I have all that stuff to go through. At the end of the day, this is everything I'm going to be keeping for highlights and bronzers. There are 11 bronzers I'm keeping. It's still kind of excessive. Ideally, I would like to get down to just 2 or 3. Plus, I also have my current everyday makeup bag that I'm not including in this because those products are not going anywhere since I absolutely love them. I will be keeping 17 highlight products, including cream and powder, which I don't think is awful. I think it's pretty decent considering I was a highlighting junkie, and these are all of the products I will be getting rid of. I am getting rid of 35 products, and that's not bad. I think I did pretty good for highlights. Stay tuned, guys, if you missed out on my foundation and powder and primer declutter or my eyeshadow palette declutter. I will have those videos linked in the description box or at the cards of this video, and catch up there. And then of course I have lots of other ones coming up. The ones I'm not looking forward to are lipsticks, eyeliners, just a lot of products, guys. I have to declutter. This is a series. This is some actual series. So if you like my videos, don't forget to check out some of my other videos on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. All that fun stuff. Find me on all of my socials, and I will see you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on this channel. Tuesdays and Thursdays on my second channel if you guys like more lifestyle stuff. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!